It started like any other night. I was walking home from work, headphones in, mind drifting. I felt a tap on my shoulder. Before I could turn around, something cold pressed against my back. A voice hissed, "Don't scream, don't run." A rough hand shoved me into a van, and before I knew it, we were speeding down some dark street. No lights, no signs. I barely had time to think before the doors slammed shut, trapping me with them. The gang. I knew exactly who they were. Everyone in the city did. They were ruthless, violent, and now they had me. I could feel their eyes on me, cold and calculating. One guy stepped forward, grinning like he had already won. "You're not from around here, are you?" he asked. I didn't answer. No point in making it worse. His grin grew. "You're gonna learn real quick that life isn't about what you know. It's about who you can trust." And the answer's simple: no one. I could feel my heart pounding, my mind racing. Had no idea what they wanted with me, but I knew it couldn't be good. And then the leader, a man with a scar over his eye, leaned in. He spoke slowly, deliberately. "You've got something we want," he said, eyes narrowed. "You're gonna help us get it?" What the hell? What did they think I had? I was just some guy who worked at a cafe. Nothing special. Hours passed. I didn't speak, didn't move. I couldn't risk it. I knew one wrong move, and it was over. They kept threatening, pushing, but I stayed silent. Then, just as suddenly as the van had stopped, they threw me into some abandoned building. The dim light flickered overhead as they tossed me onto the ground. For a while, I heard nothing. My head spun. I knew they were plotting something. But the longer I stayed quiet, the more desperate they became. At some point, the leader came in with a cruel smile. "You don't get it, do you? You're going to give us what we want, or you won't see the sun again." That's when it hit me. I wasn't just being held for ransom. They wanted something personal, something specific. But what? The next few hours were a blur. I kept thinking, how do I get out of this? And then it happened. I noticed one of the guys had left his gun unattended on a table near me. The second his back was turned, I made my move. I dove for the weapon, adrenaline kicking in, heart racing. I grabbed it, spun around, and aimed it straight at the leader. "Listen to me," I said, voice shaky but determined. "I don't know what you want, but I'm not your target. If you don't let me go now, I'm not leaving here alone." The gang froze. They had underestimated me. I didn't wait for them to make a move. I bolted, using the gun as leverage to push through the door and out into the street. I ran for what felt like miles, not stopping until I found a police station. The gang never found me again. I don't know what they were after, but I do know one thing: it was a mistake to think I was just another victim. I survived. And I walked out with a new understanding of how quickly life can flip. And that's when I realized it wasn't about what they wanted from me. It was about what I learned about myself. I wasn't going to just survive anymore. I was going to fight.